but I've removed the places that don't exist. Okay, wait a second. Am I gonna be able to find all these? No Wyoming or Ohio. That Ohio slander lately has been just off the charts. This place in Mexico, is that Mexico City? This spot, which I'm sure no one has ever been to in the Amazon rainforest. Is this Peruvian or Brazilian? Same for Argentina. Wait, what is the theme here? This area in the Netherlands. Of course, Finland does not exist. We talked about this several times. And no Australia, but there is a New Zealand. What do all these places have in common? I guess I already said it. They don't exist. I have at least read one meme claiming at least most of these places don't exist. Ah, yes, a perfect world. Eliminate everything except the Middle East, but remove Saudi Arabia and throw the Balkan countries right there. Now, this is a recipe for tranquility. I actually do want to do this experiment. Can we try to run a simulation like this? Like, would there be so much chaos that it would actually flip back around and be just kind of peaceful? Africa, but I've blocked them with a bunch of chilies. This is the map version of that, but how dare you not put these flags in geographical order? I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think the Chilean flag should be the strangest aspect ratio of them all. I'm talking like 1:32. There's a spot in the mid-Atlantic where you can sail in a perfectly straight line to hit Brazil. Can you believe that? Wait till you get a load of this. You could also sail in a perfectly straight line and get to Africa as well. Places my coworker has claimed to have visited or lived. By the way, my coworker is a pathological liar. He's been to most of the states, but not all, and a lot of provinces as well in Canada. Only 3 spots in South America. You gotta boost those numbers up, buddy. A lot of Europe, not much of Africa. Not much of Asia as well. Come on now. How dare you? Now, maybe your coworker is a pathological liar, but at least he's a smart one, because these are some places that I would expect people to have gone. Like, as you can see from the map, he didn't visit any of the places that don't actually exist. Wyoming, Ohio, Finland, they're all not checked off. I think this man might be telling the truth for the first time in his life. Map of Europe, but it's made by my little brother. We have France and Germany. Let's not forget Lichtenberg smashed in between them. Then there's neutral Switzerland. Luckily, they got back their Sudetenlands. Luxembourg up here right next to Russia. Oh, and you can't forget the Italians. He probably remembers that scene in 300 when they were eating a bunch of pizza. And you gotta love the divided island of Wales. Will they ever get the North Welsh territory back? I drew a picture of America from memory, but I live in the 1500s and I've never been to America. Honestly, not bad for your first time. If this is your first time, you definitely deserve a pat on the back. If it's your third time though, you are now banned from the geography community forever. The USA, but I surrounded Texas with a bunch of Wisconsins for safety's sake. It actually just looks like a giant Wisconsin hurricane. Are you about to predict the future? Imagine a storm so bad the wind is just blowing cheese. I love the subtle inclusion of Michigan's Upper Peninsula into all this. We must continue with the propaganda. Maybe one day we'll finally fix that border gore. Or what if it's just territory that we allow to switch back and forth for a little, like the children of a divorced family? Like Wisconsin gets them on weekends, Michigan on weekdays. More maps drawn from memory. This time it's Europe. Forget how long and weird looking Turkey is. Man, this place looks actually kind of cold. Then we have that weird Italian peninsula kicking Sicily. France, England, Scotland, Wales, yeah, whatever. Iceland looking extra thick today. It is a pretty big island, isn't it? Now it's England, Scotland, Wales, yeah, whatever. Iceland looking extra thick today. It is a pretty big island, isn't it? Now it's really easy for some misconceptions to happen with the Nordic lands. Because we look at flat maps so often, it appears to be bigger and almost sometimes a different shape, but in reality this is what they actually look like. There is a direct connection between Denmark and Sweden here. This is only proof why we need to only look at globe maps forever. Lesotho, but I've trapped it inside of South Africa. It's probably the worst of them all. Like we saw Wisconsin and Texas, Chile and Africa, but I can't imagine being trapped by this place. This is easily the most nightmare fuel. Ah yes, the United States abbreviated into just 2 letters. This is actually exactly what I wanted. We have Colombia here, Canada out here in the Pacific, Argentina, which barely still borders Texas, Albania, let's not forget the true Georgia. Is there anyone else that we're missing besides Western Australia? If you were to break all the countries down by their states and other abbreviations, you could probably fit more in here. Oh yeah, here they are. Indiana to India, Louisiana to Laos, Montana to Malta. I want to see all of them. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough time to cover it in Infinity War, but when Thanos snapped, this is what happened to the US. The red is actually showing all the Americans that got disappeared in the center of the country. See, this is them before. There's so many in there. Millions. Hundreds of millions even. And then when that snap happened, it's like they weren't even there in the first place. Division of the Korean War. After the Korean Peninsula. So here's the all too famous 38th parallel. Down here we have South Korea, or the Republic of Korea. And there's the Yellow Sea, Sea of Japan, and the terrifying red country that we all know as the Hermit Kingdom. This is Best Korea. It's not often talked about how much Best Korea loves syrup though. Not surprised. Only dictators love syrup. Now they do still border the USSR, or they did at least. This is now Russia, but remember we're looking at the map from the 1950s. Oh man, there's nothing more terrifying than Pyongyang, Ottawa. Wait, I meant Pyongyang, Ontario. My jokes would work better if I remembered the provinces of Canada. Map of the world, but I've removed 4 islands. Okay, let's see. Sicily, whatever island this is in Indonesia. Really wish I knew the island names in Indonesia. Sri Lanka, that's 3, and I just can't figure out that 4th one. What other island could they have removed? It must be a really tiny place, because I just can't figure it out. Oh, wait, I know. what it is. There's no Hawaii. Boom, you almost got me there. In the green, we have countries whose leader has done weird stuff with a horse. In the orange are countries whose leader didn't do weird stuff with a horse. And of course, as always, in gray, we're still not sure. No. No way we can confirm if Kim Jong-un
Kapattan
did
mikrofonu.
anything with the horse. I'll never not love these maps. I learned so much about political leaders around the world. There's this new game that's being played on the internet to try to figure out how old certain globes are. You can usually take a guess depending on what countries are still around, if you have good enough historical knowledge. Let's see about this one. Oh, okay. Antarctica, the most confusing continent. So we have the south down here in the center of the continent. Then we have north, north, north 2, also north, still north, other north. Good thing only 13 people live here. This would be very complicated telling people, hey, head north on the I-5. Fun fact, that's the reason why we can't have a lot of people on this continent. Not because the living conditions are terrible, it's actually just because the directions would just be too confusing. The world according to a mobile game. The Ottomans, the Germans, the Greeks, Spanish, Rome, Persians. This is one of my favorite pastimes, looking at maps that mobile games are using. Maps or flags, they're pretty great with both of them. I always learn. Learned so much. The world map, according to surfers, crappy music and bears, freedom and guns, tequila, okay, war, art, Vikings, mail order rides. I don't even know what this person's trying to be. Hobbits. I'm extremely confused by this man. Of all things, Yu-Gi-Oh? On the left, we have America. This is actually all of America. And this is the United States. Learn the difference. Really tired of people not figuring this out. Still to this day, you'd be surprised at how many people don't realize Mexico's actual name is the United Mexican States. Everyone just thinks, oh, the US is just in North America. I don't think so, buddy. Isn't there someone you're forgetting? What the world would look like if it was wearing Naples clamps. Gotta love me, my good old Naples clamp. Oh, they're so hot. So obviously it starts off in Naples, Italy. Then you have the chain going all the way down. Oh man, so hot. And here it's touching Naples, Florida. I think we also have a Naples here in California. So we have 3 Naples, just in case you want to get real kinky. Map of the world, but it's actually at a dog park. And here are their territorial claims. In the purple, we have Fluffy. Poor Fluffy doesn't have anything. In the red, we have Cheeto. He's really expanding. In the blue, along the outskirts here, that's Greg. In the pink, there's Ned, who was euthanized on the 6th of why Greg really war is going. The country of Chad worships 7-year-old named James. That was claimed. This is by Ned. Wait a second. The country of Chad worships Mao? Oh my god, it makes so much sense. We've never seen it before. They probably say you can't see me all the time in this city. Finally, we have located the spot where they play Fortnite. Makes a lot of sense. You're telling me the entire Pacific Ocean is over there without anything else? I don't think so. I'm gonna get the first plane ticket to the Tilted Towers right away. Countries who are smaller than Russia versus the countries who are as big as Russia. In the orange, we have countries that are as big as Russia. This is Russia, which also happens to be Be the biggest country in the world by land area. And then there's all these purple countries, which, would you look at that? There are no countries that are bigger than Russia. That's strange because when you say Russia is the biggest country on Earth, you would think there'd be like one bigger, right? Like, you know, like is there really? There's gotta be one. I guess not. What if there was a state called Steve right here in the middle of the US? Think the world would be thrown into utter chaos, especially if all the Steves united and claimed this stuff. We would never be able to stop them. And big thanks to this month's supporters,
Luxembourg lover,
Alfonso M6,
Aryan App.
Eastern European slander. Russians trying not to cause an international incident for 5 minutes. That's gonna be difficult. Estonia being grouped with Eastern Europe and not the Nordics. They can't into Nordics. Latvia, wait! Latvians getting potatoes for the third meal of the day. Lithuanians explaining it's actually a partnership with Poland and they weren't a Polish colony. Yeah, they do get mad. Every Moldovan moving and they weren't a Polish colony. Yeah, they do get mad. Every Moldovan moving to Ukraine and Romania. Romanians getting a new house. So much of this stuff goes completely over my head. Doesn't help that the videos are so fast. Oh, this meme is still going strong. Belgians, when someone says Swiss chocolate is better, yeah, they're not gonna like that, that's for sure. Well, they have waffles. Finnish people. Wow, that really is the most Finnish people I've ever seen in my entire life. They weren't Finnish before. Youngest Turkish mainland inhabitant. Wait, this is the first time I've heard of that. Czech people enjoying a light drink. Czechs wild with that. Dang! Iceland. There's no ice. It's just a barren wasteland. Europe slander 4. How many slanders has there been? POV, you live in the 80s. It's Japan. Oh, and it's a good time to be in Japan in the 80s. USA, we got the retro feel. We got Goths, the beginning. China. Oh, yeah, nothing happened in the 80s in China. Don't worry about that. You're gonna have a social credit with negative a lot if you talk about what happened in the 80s. Angola, okay, let's just move on. Chile, want to take a, okay, yep, don't go into a helicopter at this time in the 80s in Chile. Brazil, lots of inflation. Peru, lost decade, Peru. I didn't even hear about that. Paraguay was under a dictatorship in the 80s. Oh my goodness. Also, and then the Falklands. Well, they're gonna have an interesting time. The Falkland Islands had a very interesting time in the 80s. I've been loving this meme format so much. There's so many crazy things that was happening all within the same decade. POV, you live in the 90s. We have Russia. It's going away. Yep, the flag is going away. It's no longer. I wish they would have like transitioned Soviet Union to like Russia, like slow, like a fade to black. Germany in the 90s, they were going to become reunified, so they were definitely going to enjoy that. France in the 90s. To be quite honest with you, I had no idea what was going on. It looks okay. Just, is it boring? I don't really know. I also don't really know what was going on in this country in this decade. Romania? Uh-oh. Yeah, bad music time. Don't remind me of the uncanny memes. And then China. They were slowly rising. What a username. I'm going back in time now in the 70s. They were slowly rising. What a username. I'm going back in time now in the 70s. Germany, probably not the greatest. Oh, I love how you included both the West German flag and the East German flag. Oh, yeah. Not good to be in Cambodia during this decade. That's a terrifying Pol Pot too. USSR? Yeah, but the aesthetic. That's what TikTok tells me. The Soviet aesthetic. Brazil? It's the other. Argentina? Oh no. Oh no! All the South American countries! Oh, CIA. Don't talk about that. And then there's Vietnam in the 70s, which is the same in the 60s too. There's talk about that. And then there's Vietnam in the 70s, which is the same in the 60s too. There's just so much to talk about in these videos. Here we go. POV, you live in the 60s. We have Cuba, USA crying over Cuba. Germany, probably not going to be very good in the 60s. We have Cuba, USA crying over Cuba. Germany, probably not going to be very good in the 60s either. I like that I can kind of get Uruguay kind of dealing with some chaos. Oh, here's a new one. Space in the 60s. Yeah. USSR, soaring prosperity. And, wait, I didn't see that other one, but okay. USSR, soaring prosperity. And, wait, I didn't see that other one, but okay. Venezuela, probably better than now. France again, their colonies just disappearing. See ya. Yeah, they were gone. Mexico, I'm not sure. I just want to dive into so many more. It makes me want to dive into more of this stuff, like what was going on. Because I get some of it, but some of it's still kind of going over my head. Portugal also, with their colonies. Peace. Not quite as bad as France, though. Oh, no. Didn't forget USA. You got... include JFK for the 60s in America. That was when the nothing bad happened to the Kennedys meme really began. POV, you live in the 50s, and Stalin is gone. Crab rave time. Yeah, okay, yeah, Francisco, he still leads Spain in a dictatorship, right? I don't know. They look okay with it. France, they haven't lost their colonies, right? I don't think they've lost their colonies yet, so they're chilling. Yugoslavia. I thought Yugoslavia in the 50s was still okay. I thought it was still doing... I've seen this old footage of Yugoslavia back in like the 60s or 70s, and it was like a tourism ad. Cuba in the 50s. Boom. Fidel taking over. So the USA is gonna get kind of angry. Hungary in the 50s. Yeah, not the best. China. Oh yeah! It's Great Leap Forward time. Mao time. LMAO time. German Democratic Republic. I don't really know what was going on in that side during the 50s. What? Why'd the music just change? Was this supposed to switch to the east? I'm thinking that was supposed to switch to the east. Kingdom of Ethiopia. Is this one of the greatest national anthems of all time? Mexico in the 50s. I would love to visit Mexico in the 50s. It seems like it would have been a blast. And then Italy. Is this Mafia references? Possibly. Kingdom of Greece. All the music just slaps. Talking about France in the 50s without mentioning their defeat in Indochina at the same time. Oh yeah. Vietnam with another dub over a Western power. You live in the 40s. You live in the 40s in Switzerland. You live in the 40s in the UK. Yep. A lot of things are going to be blown up. This is a cool rendition because it's like artwork. You live in the 40s in Germany. Not good. I love how we're gonna only specifically really be talking about the early 40s, probably not the late 40s. We're talking about the World War II part of the 40s. You live in the 40s, Greece kicking somebody's butt. I think that's Greece kicking somebody's butt. I don't know whose it is, though, to be honest. You live in, Poland, you're just getting ripped apart. Well, that was like, it was kind of in 39, too, right? But yeah, you were occupied. You live in the 40s in East Asia. Not fun. Would you rather die for a nation or by moving backwards? Oh, so you had no choice in the Soviet Union in the 40s. I mean, yeah, it was all hands on deck. They were scraping the barrel. I wasn't expecting that one. I really loved the art in that, Max. Switzerland, Sweden, Ireland at some extent were the only real safe European countries. Don't forget about Iceland. Roman history be like Emperor Chad.
His son Chimerus the Younger becomes emperor. Chimerus is only interested in large feasts, chariot racing, and fucking everything that moves. Wastes the
what the dog?
Treasury on purple.
What the dog doing?
For himself. The empire is bankrupt.
It's bankrupt.
The Senate and Praetorians are starving in their villas. They get mad and
this is gonna get really sad, isn't it?
200 sons and all his favorite lovers.
Yeah.
100,000 guys declare themselves emperor. Giant battle royale.
Yep.
Empire
pretty much. That was the beginning of giant battle royales. General Chad
on Rome itself, becomes emperor.
Unironically, this is legitimately what Roman history feels like to me. Like, this is actually basically what I'm reading about when I read up on this time in history. It's still just so foreign to me. I love Master of Awfulness, man. Here's another one by him, but in the 1900s in general. So you live in the 20th century anytime. In the 1900s. World War I. That's a great, interesting start. Maybe not great, but Russian Civil War in the 1920s. That was the big event there. Oh, we going up? Okay. SpongeBob music. The 1930s. World War II and chaos that ensues after that. Why is this guy dabbing? Suez Crisis in the 1950s. Yes, I'm really interested in what event he's going to choose for each decade. Bay of Pigs invasion in the 1960s. Bangladesh, there we go. A little bit of South Asia representation there. Iran-Iraq war in the 80s. There we go, a little bit. Of South Asia representation there. Iran-Iraq war in the 80s. That was a pretty chaotic time period. Fall of the Soviet Union in the 1990s. And that was all in the beginning too. Oh, there you go. There's one in the 90s. And it did go to 2001. I'm glad you didn't mention another event in 2001. It's Boxer Rebellion. Not okay, I see. Germans telling a joke. Oh, again, I can't wait to see this for myself in real life. Czechs have, we just saw that. Polish explaining that their food is actually good, it just takes 10 years to get used to. I've never had Polish before Polish. I've never eaten a Pole before. Slovakia? Oh, like Czechoslovakia? Oh. How many times do I do this to people? The world without Austria. I don't want to get into that. Hungarians having to pick between corrupt politician or corrupt politician for the 1000th time. Liechtenstein, when someone remembers they exist. Yeah! I wonder how many micro-states in Europe love me just because of how many times I've mentioned them before. Canadians seeing an... Okay, yeah, we know about that. Americans having a light snack. What? Just Nutella, just throwing out. Cubans enjoying the fruits of Central Americans after being asked to pay taxes. What? Wait, Central Americans don't like to pay taxes? Specifically Central Americans? Yeah, wait a second. Why wasn't the sky yellow? There's no stopping this man. POV, you lived in the 2010s. We have China. They were gonna have an okay time in the 2010. Pretty good. Yeah. Well, that was for a while too, not just the 2010s. Russia, I don't. Well, that was for a while too, not just the 2010s. Russia, I don't really. What did Russia do the whole last decade? Oh, there's like. Well, actually, now that I think about it, Hungary doing something that didn't. That the EU did not like, I guess. USA, the Better Call Saul music. Better Call Saul music did represent most of the last decade. Germany, why the cute Wojak? Belarus? Oh yeah, Belarus, that guy. Japan. I forgot about this too. That was crazy. Weird that like the previous decade, I probably knew the least amount of references. I feel like it takes people time to figure out like what was the most iconic moments in each decade. Like you can pretty clearly figure it out like in the 80s, 90s. It's, you know, there's certain events. But in the 2000s and 2010s, I think we're still trying to figure out what was impactful. I think you need to go into the future and figure out, oh, this actually led to all of this. And that's how you figure it out. Please go subscribe to all these channels that I featured here today. Obviously, they're making some great stuff. And big thanks to, by saying this, I agree to be a sussy bucka ooh Luxembourg lover. Drew's Argentinian fat grandpa. Nuts. Alex Whitley is Mega Chad. Alfonso M6. Angel Sono, Barnsky Bring W, Back Poland Ball, XD, Jocko. You're a woman in the 1200s who is being accused of witchcraft, and they present the evidence. You have a lot of cats. I don't know why. Why I had to do the Christian Bale version of Batman's voice. Clearly someone that has 3 cats running around definitely knows magic. The Dark Ages versus the Islamic Golden Age happening at the same time. Yeah, that's worth mentioning. The Dark Ages was kind of just exclusive to Europe. This place was having a blast though. Kids on their last day of child labor. Only gotta breathe in this black smoke for another 24 hours. I'm sure that won't have lifelong consequences. Many miners were miners. Genghis Khan on Father's Day. So let's see, if he gets $20 from his 1.3 billion descendants, then also keep in mind that's happening yearly. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That though. Ivan the Terrible when Ivan the Wonderful walks in. Oh no, the prophecy is true. He really does exist. Am I thinking of that M&M's commercial when they finally see Santa for the first time? Newton, if a thing isn't moving, it won't move unless something moves it. 1600s Europe. This is mind-blowing. I should infect an 8-year-old kid with cowpox to see if he can survive smallpox later. Talk about a Sigma male brain right there. Thank you for that, Edward Jennings in 1796. Some impoverished Celts who eat snow for dinner and has seen 1 horse and 6 goats in his entire life watching Hannibal march elephants through the Alps. What the hell is even that? Yeah, I don't think they were prepared for that. Could you imagine never seeing an elephant in your life? I'm not even talking about in picture books. To see these things kind of walking down from a mountain, that must have been terrifying. Maximilian I of Mexico, he gave each of his executioners a gold coin not to shoot him in the head so that his mother could see his face. His final words were, "I forgive everyone and ask everyone to forgive," so that first of Mexico, he gave each of his executioners a gold coin not to shoot him in the head. Give me, may my blood, which is about to be shed, be for the good of the country. Viva la Mexico! I wonder if he said it like, I don't think he probably said it like that. Yeah, this is heartbreaking. I would never simp for a populist, while at the same time votes for Caesar. Is this the first one of his kind? Western Polish people fleeing the No-No Germans, while Eastern Polish people fleeing from the Soviets. Yeah, this is how the people of Poland realized they're not gonna have a good time on either side. Ooh, Kaiser Versus with a poll. Who is your favorite Austrian painter? Uh-oh. I can't imagine. Oh, 2%, 2%, 3% for Carl? Really? What about... 91% of people voted for other. They must be big fans of this work, whoever did that. You know, maybe 91% of those respondents were just really huge fans of Frederick von Hammerling. He must be a real popular guy. I am curious, like, Googling best Austrian painters, like, what is Google gonna show us? There's actually quite a lot. Okay, this is good social credit for Google. I did not find who I thought I was gonna find. Who is Austria's most famous painter? Doubt. Nobody. Egyptian gods. It's basically just human bodies with animals.
Whoa.